going to start recording one of those. Hey, True Believers, England team here with Professor Pixel and Eric Backissue Breen. How are you gentlemen doing today?
I'm doing okay, but you're keeping back the armies that's supposed to be joining us here. Well, where are they?
I don't know.
Why are there 100 of us on this panel right now?
I know it's the 100th issue. I had a great time covering these. I almost want to do the rejects first because there are so effing many of them. I'm not kidding. I got 76 awesome issue 100s.
Did you get Iron Man 100?
You know, I got 76 originally. Okay. And I had to whittle that down to 15. Do we really only have 3 people watching right now on the hundreds?
No, there are far more people in the comments than that.
Okay.
There's 9.
Sometimes StreamYard screws you up because that number bounces up and down so freaking much. But yeah, I made sure that the most interesting and at least to me and fun covers were up there because let me tell you something. At first, I got the modern ones, a lot of the ones that we knew about, and they are exactly the same. So I picked out a few, and I went to Golden Age and Silver Age, and I found a whole shit ton more. I'm very happy. I'm very excited about this one. So why does he say rejects when I walk into the room, Jackson? It's good to know one's place.
We say it before and after.
But there you go, man. But the thing is because of our requests that I did add 2 extra. So we've got 17 covers to cover tonight instead of 12. So without further ado, meaning right now, let's get this thing going for real.
Right.
Shut up me.
Yeah. Right, Brian? Yeah, there's no Iron Man 100 apparently.
All right. So let's get this thing going and we will go for one. Once again, we're doing 17 today, and here we go. And I guess Pixel, you're in the driver's seat on the first one.
That's dangerous.
But you know what? Actually, let's move to Eric because I think this is more of an Eric book because I got everything done and I realized we cannot do this show without actually doing the very first issue number 100. I just don't think we can. So, Eric, can you lead us off on Famous Funnies, issue number 100? This is the very first comic, by the way, to reach 100.
Yeah, I have to give this a 10. That's just really striking.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Can you name these characters? I see Flash Gordon.
Well, we got Richie on the right there.
Richie Rich?
No, we don't.
Hot stuff. He's got the one here.
No. Well, we have a guy that's red, but yeah, that's something. I mean, this is a real fun cover, though. All right, Venkman, what do you say?
7.
7. All righty.
I mean, there's a little monkey over there by the cake on there. So, I mean, there's no health standards for those.
Right. Well, you know, back in the day, you could have your monkeys helping you eat cake. And it's a big old birthday bash.
I know, right? You're right. And what's that guy in the white shirt staring at the guy in the yellow hat for? Is that Zach?
Because he's like, hey, what's that engine doing there? And somebody actually lit that guy's back on fire. It looks like.
Are those candles or dynamite?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look on the guy who's staring at the Indian.
Yep.
He has something on his back that looks like it's on fire.
Well, so does the guy. Yeah.
And then the guy to his right is red from head to toe.
Uh-huh. All right. So what do you give this, Pixel?
I'm going to give it a little more than that. I think it's really good, really promising, and it looks like it could be a fun celebration. So let's go 8.
All righty. And I am just smitten with this enough to go along with Eric. I'm giving it a 10. Let's move on to the chat and see what goes on here. Oh, dang, that does seem to be okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going 10. It's fun, says Jay. Alrighty. And then we have a 10 from Dark Admiral Hare. And we have Big Chief Wahoo, says One Slick. We got Jackson Roykert giving it a 6, and Joe a 9, and One Slick a 10. So we got a 6, a 9, and a 10. And next up, we've got, that's a good one, said Delight Loves Movies. And it's a 9. Okay, and let's see, 9 for What It Is. Fun stuff, says Cheapo. And Ethereal gives it a 7.
Now we need a non-delight hates movies as an alternate.
Commander Not Indian, thank you very much.
That's Guardian, Jay.
There you go. Yes, okay. Just for being the first 100th issue, it deserves a 10. Cool covers and color. Cool cover and colors. Famous Funnies 100, says Maranya. Nice representation of all characters. This company published around the Great Cake. Score a famous 10. And that might be his logo, whoever he is.
Are they raising their hands to ask questions on this cover? There's a couple of them doing that.
There might be. Excuse me. Why is there a monkey over here?
Well, the monkey's got his hand up too, and he's singing. And then there's the guy on the right.
He's like, "Are we going to let the dog lick off this cake? What's going on here?" Alrighty. But what we got is one. We've got. Oh, let me put up this stop. And remember, if you do have a bid or a vote or whatever we're calling it here, just add it on in. If it changes anything, we'll change whatever it is that it changed. Okay.
If it changes us, we'll change you.
And we have 1 6, 2 7s, 1 8, and 3 9s, taking out all those 7 10s. So this does make it to a 9, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a bad way to start an evening. Getting to the 9s of it all. All right.
It's all downhill from now.
That's my plan. Yes. All righty. Let's go to Vateman then. Well, hit the wrong thing. Here we go. And you get probably the most modern issue. Yeah, it is. It is the most modern issue I have on this list. And this is Spawn number 100.
Sleep, little Charlie Brown. Sleep. What is it supposed to be?
That would be Franklin
Brown.
Well, you know, it's modern, so it's now Charlie Brown. They race swapped him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm guessing he's doing a Make-A-Wish thing. That's a kid in the hospital.
He probably saved the kid.
I'm guessing that's the son he would have had.
Ah.
I don't know. I've never read.
Is it a son? It looks like there's braids in the hair. Or that's his hand. That's his hand.
Wouldn't rather let him live. I guess is it Todd McFarlane art? I guess on this. I guess in here.
That looks more like
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go 8.
So what do you give this, RDB?
I'll go 8.
8.
I don't like how he's stroking the kid's hair like he's Mr. Bigglesworth.
Alrighty. And Pixel, what do you say?
Bangman might be right. That might be a little girl.
I never said it was a little girl.
Because that does look like
me.
A little braid in the hair.
No, that's like a brass knuckle kind of thing on the guy on Spawn's
But
hand.
when I look at the other brass knuckles, it looks different from that.
No, it's his hand. His hand stroking the top of the head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
okay.
pinky.
So I think that
So what do you give
pretty
it, Pixel?
it's I mean the actual artwork is fantastic. It's Alex Ross. What do you expect? But I don't have any connection to Spawn. So I think overall it's like 8, 9, 9. It's striking enough because of the work itself that I can say 9.
Alrighty, Eric.
I'll agree with Pixel. I will say 9 as well.
Okay, yeah, it's a really well done picture. I mean, and it does, and just the hand kind of, it does invoke a certain emotion. It is pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 9 on this one, and let's see
What's
what
the price in this book? $4.50. I'm at robbery.
Alrighty, and let's see. We got Jay giving it an 8 and Cheapo giving it an 8. All right. And next up, Ethereal gives it an 8. I was wondering if it is a variant. And One Slick says 7. And we have a 5 from Joe saying, eh. And Jackson Raykirk says 8 already. And then Delight says 6. And Dark Admiral says 9. Okay. Spawn 100, symbolic cover, well rendered, sells the book. Maybe score is a spawn of Spawn, 9. Alrighty. And let's see. Michael says 9 for the art alone. Cover does nothing for me. Already. And there we go. Let's get the stop. And once again, if you have a late vote, by all means, put down. If it changes anything, we will change whatever it does change. Okay. And we have 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7. And that takes out 3 of the 6 9s. And 3 of those, or 2 of the 5 8s take out the rest of the 9s. This is an 8. Okay. Not quite as popular as the first cover. Here we go. Alrighty, and next up is Pixel.
Hello, I'm Pixel.
All right, and you can start us off on Shang-Chi, number 100.
Oh, yeah! Ha! You kept it a secret from me, you dirty old man. Oh, man. Look at that cover. It's floating heads galore. It's all that mystic green. And then you have Shang-Chi and his original outfit. Oh, 10. I would give it an 11 if I could.
The green matches the smell coming off his feet.
Alrighty. Yeah, there were a couple of comics which were exactly this. The hero, and behind them were a bunch of kind of heads in the same, monochrome. I just thought this was very striking. Eric, what do you say?
Governor of Kung Fu. Floating heads everywhere. Striking pose. I'll say 10.
All right. And Dr. Venkman, what says you?
The haunted spirits behind them, like or whatever that is, the floating heads. I like it. It's got Spider-Man in the corner that bumps it up 2 points. Yeah. I will go 10 on this.
Okay. And I agree. This is such a striking cover. It really is. All the side characters in the back in floating head form, not roll call form, ladies and gentlemen. These are actual floating heads. Just kind of reminiscing of what has happened in the last 100 issues. Shang-Chi just looking awesome, as Pixel said, in his original outfit. Scored an easy 10. Let's go on over to the chat, where some people are disagreeing with us and not accepting any negative anything. Jay, though, says 9, and Jackson says 9, and Ethereal says 8. Alrighty, and then we've got a 10, very cool cover and colors. And then we have 7 from Joe and an 8 from One Slick. Alrighty, and we've got, let's see, Master Kung Fu, well rendered. Shang-Chi in red, a great contrast to the muted green floating head. Score a monster 10. Alrighty, next up, we've got Delight Loves Movies saying 7 and Cheapo saying 10. It's iconic. Next up, Dark Admiral gives the real grade of 7. Okay, I don't know what the -1 was for, but there you go. Glenzer says 10. And Henry says, nice Mike Zeck cover. I like it. It's a 10. All righty. So we got 2 more 10s here.
He probably pocket voted it. That's what it was. So the -1 phone was in my pocket.
Ignore the -1 phone was in my pocket. He butt voted for the covers. And Taylor says, this cover really pops. All righty. Let me get that stop here. And once again, if you have a late vote, please put it in. We will change whatever it might change, if it does change anything.
That is deadly, though. I mean, the hands of Shang-Chi, but the feet of Shang-Chi are deadly, around McDonald's size.
Yes, but the butt voting of Dark Admiral is even deadlier. So but we have 3. Pardon?
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Oh, we have more votes before
I
I
was
move on.
making-
Hey, MK, what's up? Reminds me of Liu Kang, flying kick. Give it an 8. All right. I hope it is his butt that was tiling, says Jackson. All righty. Let's see what we got going on with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi has 3 7s and 3 8s. That's 6. We have 2 9s. That's 8. Trying to take out those 9 10s. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our very first 10 of the night. All righty. Where is it? There we go.
I mean, it is kind of talented, though. Impressive, to say the least.
Alrighty, and next up, I get to start us off. And gosh darn it, this was in and out of the list so many times. And I said, you know what? I've given. I put up books because of requests. I want this one. I want this one in here because it's Doll Man, and Doll Man is silly. And this is Feature Comics number 100. In all honesty, I actually dig it. The motion going down, the impact in the wood, you can actually feel the speed at which Doll Man has to move on this one. Let me put the go for 5 or 4, which I forgot. So let's see, go for 4. All righty. I just thoroughly enjoy this. I also like the bright colors. Now, these are not floating heads. These are roll call boxes, but still, I kind of dig this one. I am, however, going to give it an 8. What do you think, Professor?
Well, wait. After me, wouldn't it be Eric?
No.
Okay.
Oh, well, wait. Yes, Eric. I looked at the wrong line. There you go. Eric, what do you give this?
This honestly does not do a whole lot for me. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the art, but it's just kind of the head's going across the top, the head's going down the side. The big finish is not much. Damn it! But it's
bright. It's color. It looks fun.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot. I'm going to say 8.
No, there's not a lot. And it does a lot with a little is how I look at it, because I just find it kept popping off, because I'm looking at 76 little thumbnails, and that image just kept popping. All right. What do you say, Dr. V?
What I say is, wow, they were woke back then, too. Poison Ivy used to be a dude. Then they gender swapped him. Turned him into a ginger.
Wow, it was backwards back then.
Exactly, right? And you got Swing Sisson? Is that how you say it? Thank you, Finn. Lollapalooza. That's where that came from. I was wondering where that Rusty Ryan, that sounds horrible. Hey, Rusty Ryan, can I borrow your trombone?
How do you feel about Perky, the small Asian boy?
He's okay. I wouldn't say he's boisterous, but he is perky.
What? And that's Kim Jong-un, right? And that's Blimpy above him.
Okay, so what do we score this thing?
We scored this, so what the hell is this 6?
All righty.
I don't agree with that. So here's my problem with this. It's number 100. These issues are supposed to be celebrating something.
No.
Yes, it is.
Not
100
back
issues
then.
is something,
Okay.
is something to celebrate. Just like when you have 50 issues of something, that's still a milestone. It's something like this is very cool.
Yeah, but back then, very few covers actually did that.
I know. So it's a good cover, but I'm don't feeling kind of inspiration from it. Like
Okay.
Delight Loves Movies said it looks kind of uninspired. I mean, it just looks like a normal cover. It's good. I think it's very good. I'm going to go 8 as well, but I just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a lot here that has the big old 100 across it. Just saying. Alrighty, so let's go to the chat. And
I can agree. I'll
Chico's-
just say this. I'll just say real quickly. I do kind of agree with them. Like 100 issues, you should have a good cover by now.
This is
Okay.
a good cover. It's just it's nothing
Chico
like
said, "What? Trust me, there's not a whole bunch that has the words 100 or the number 100 across it on this list." Me and Jackson give this a definitive 10, says Jay. Okay, how about if I add 1 and I'll see what Jackson says. Tipo says 8. And then we have Doll Man. That was an old movie. Yes, there was an old movie in the 90s named Doll Man. I remember that. I will say 9. Alrighty, and then we have a 7 from Delight, and we have Ethereal with an 8, as well as Glinzer and Joe. So that's 3 8s, 1, 2, and 3. And no, we don't, says Jackson. Give it as a 7. Gives it a 7. Betrayer. One Slick says 7, and Henry says 6. It's average. Kid Doc is. Let's see. Perky is good at math. Of course. 8, cool cover. Colors pop, says Michael Taylor. What's a milestone issue today? 10. Yeah, but just about. That's aiming high, says Glinzer, says Dark Admiral. Undead says 7. All righty. And remember, if you did or do have a late vote, just put it right on in there. Okay. And that was racist. It's the racist, you please. All righty. We'll put in the stop. And I will just say also what I just did was from Lethal Weapon 4. So get off my back about it. Alrighty, so let's see. We have 2 6s taken out, the 10 and the 9. And then it's 4 7s versus 7 8s. This is another 8. Alrighty. Let us see where it goes. There we go. Okidokis, artichokes. We are on issue number 5, and that should go to Eric. Oh, wait, Eric started that one, right? No, that was mine. And Eric's is next. Oh, wow. That just ended up perfectly. Eric?
What? Like I said, one of the coolest show moments I ever had was when I found this in the Batman 100. I think these covers are fantastic. Cause I love covers with covers on them. So this is definitely a 10 for me.
All right.
Well, what about covers with covers of covers on them?
Give me just a sec. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Score. Alrighty, and we got a 10 from Eric. What do you think there, Bankman?
You know, this looks like something, yeah, you'd get like a Walmart, like a preview bag, like, you know, this is your Walmart sampler. You know, kind of like that. Like showing you these are the stories, you know, they're gonna be referenced in these short, because what was it, like 125, 50, and 75 reprinting in this anthology book, and then they had another story. Was it 5 stories or 4 stories? These, remember?
No, this would have been a 32-page book, so I don't know if they reprinted all of them in there or not.
Yeah.
More than likely, they reprinted one story from each.
Well, yeah. It's just like so. And then sometimes
Or
you
it
get
was
a
a
new
new story that just happened to have those covers on there. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yep. So, what do you rate this, Bank?
Well, for Super Grandpa, because he looks kind of old, I'll give this a 9.
Alrighty, and Pixel.
I think I'm going to agree. I mean, we go ahead and we have a cover from the beginning to each quarter, and then here, number 100, we're celebrating the past and then looking to a new future. I think a 9. It's awesome.
Alrighty.
The more I look at Superman's face and the hairstyle, he looks older and older, like he's in his 70s.
Okay, and See, I'm going to give this one an 8. It's a good cover. I kind of agree with what I'm going to be reading off from Delight, but let me see here. We've got 4 covers for the price of 1, says Glinzer. And then we have Michael Taylor saying 10 cover speaks for itself. Alrighty. Let's see. Look how big his chest/stomach is. Ethereal is saying 8. Undead Quinn is saying 6. And Cheapo is saying 10. So we've got an 8, a 6, and a 10. Alrighty, 10. Even though there's no cake and ice cream to celebrate the 100th issue, says Jackson. Alrighty. And Too Cluttered with the covers, says Delight, giving it a 7. Superman 100 is average. It's a 6. And then we see I see some 10s in the future, says Michael. Don't look ahead. Don't read past everybody else. Joe says 8. And Maranya says Superman 100. This pays homage to the milestone issues of the first 100. Well-rendered copies of the covers on the cover. Score Super 10. Alrighty, we got an 8 and a 10. Jay says 10 and MK says 8. Alrighty. And let's see. I'm curious, do any of these issue 100s have rear cover arts? I'm pretty sure some do, but no wraparounds that I know of anyway. Alrighty, I'm going to stop up here. SDOB. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. And let's see what we got here. We have 2 6s and 1 7, knocking out 3 of those 7 10s. So we've got 4 10s left, but here come 4 8s, knocking that out, leaving 2 9s standing. And Superman 100 is a 9. Superman.
That's pretty. Super.
There you go.
Man.
Superman. Alrighty, and that was Eric. So we're moving on to RDV. And RDV, I give you Dick Tracy, number 100.
Yes. You give me the dick. Thank you. Tracy, let me see here. That guy's dead in the beginning because he just built off a road, off a cliff.
I know, over a cliff.
It looks like that guy's. If he doesn't get shot, he's gone.
It looks like a bridge, but if he had waited a little bit, he would have made the river. But instead, he's jumping into the trees.
I'm guessing they're just on a dirt road. I don't think there even is a bridge. I don't know. But like that guy, yeah, the other guy in the car is like, hell, whatever, I'm gonna keep going. Nice cover up there. I mean, I didn't realize the Harvey Comics were doing these. That's something I learned today.
Oh, let me say real quick, Maranya, I did get your 8 because it does affect the score. And Dark Admiral, I did get your 10 for the last one. Sorry. Go on ahead.
Well, yeah. And so I hope whoever is driving the car with Dick Tracy's in will actually stop and not go off the cliff if there's a cliff because, yeah. But 10, man, because that guy is dead.
All righty.
And it's on that approved by Comic Code too. And that guy is falling to his death.
All righty. How about you, Venkman? Other Venkman.
Other Venkman.
Other
Venkman.
Venkman?
Other Venkman.
Yes.
Excuse
Pixel.
me. All right.
Yes.
This does feel like it has. There's just so much action going on. You have him poking out. He's firing. The guy's leaping. It's action packed. It's interesting, exciting. Let's go ahead. I'll join the chorus. 10.
All righty.
Crying. Yes.
I just looked and I saw, if you look at the trajectory of the bullet, he's trying to shoot the guy before he kills himself from falling.
Oh, that's suicide.
Well,
There you go. What do you think, Eric?
Well, it doesn't matter. The cause of death is still going to be listed as COVID.
All right.
I only have one question for this about this
right.
cover. What the hell is keeping his hat on? Look at the tie.
Sheer will.
Because he's that damn cool.
You know,
Exactly.
it probably is the hair gel. It's
It
just
might,
stuck-
it might be.
really
It's just
bonded.
stuck. This is a 10.
All righty. Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to buck the system here, but Glenzer, however, is giving it a 10. So is Michael Jackson. And Joe's giving it an 8. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. We've got 10. Great cover from Dark Admiral Hare, and 9 from Undead Quinn, and 8 from Cheapo Comics. And Delight says 7. Actually, it's still good. I like this cover a lot, says Michael Taylor. And Maranya says Dick Tracy 100. Well-rendered cover done to character model. This sells the book for sure. Score a Tracy 10. Next up, MK says 9. We have Henry saying Dick Tracy old school painted cover. Not bad. It's a 7. All righty. And we've got 7. Nothing special from Ethereal. Sorry about that. I was late with it. No worries, Bubba. He's jumping so we could find Englandine under the bridge. When you're good at your job, people come to find you to do it. Tracy's being a dick again. Ha! Says MK. One Slick says 8. His tie is flipped back from the speed, but his hat is still on. Alrighty. And then we've got, let's see what we're doing here. Alrighty. Let me get the stop. And once again, if you have a late bid, I'll put it down. If it changes anything, it will change whatever. There you go. Okay. So we have 3 7s and 3 8s, taking out 6 of those 9 10s. Leaving 3 left, and we have 2 9s, ladies and gentlemen, our second 10 of the night. All righty, cool, and cool. Okay, usually these are on the top, so I'm not showing off everything as I'm going, but here we go. Oh, wow, we've got 2 10s, 2 9s, and 2 8s at this point. That was Venkman, right?
I did. Yep, that was my Dick Tracy.
You did it. That doesn't fit. Okay, Eric.
That's my
So now the next one goes to Pixel, and you have Prize Comics Westerns, issue number 100.
Goop. Kansas Hawk, Laughing Dog, Buck Dolan, Red Otter, Jim Horn. This looks like a lot of fun. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 9.
I was saying,
There's
do you leave?
something missing.
yeah.
There's something. Yeah, it is a touch cluttered, but there's still so much going on that it looks like it would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna go 9.
Okay. Eric, what says you?
I think I will. I 9. Not work here.
All righty. And RDV.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. This is a weird cover. I probably go 6.
Okay. All righty. And I'm going 10, and I'll tell you why. When this popped up and I put it onto the thing, it's one of those, like, I'm looking at, trust me, I'm looking at a folder filled with images. This one caught my eye so many times. I was like, you know what? It's in there. Just go. Because this is going to be one of those, which is going to be probably one of those that I get a lot of shit for. But it just caught my eye to the point where I had to put it in. And in all honesty, the Indian is well drawn. The color just bursting off that page. There is a lot going on this cover, but there's a lot going for it as well. So there you go. I probably will be the lone voice in the wilderness, but I'm giving it a 10. All right, let's see what everybody else has to say. Glenzer, Delight, Jackson, Undead Quinn, and Joe all give it 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then Cheapo goes one lower and says 6. And then we have an 8 from Dark Admiral Hare. Maranya says, Prize Comics Western, symbolic cover. The title circles around the Indian's face. Well rendered. Score an American Eagle 10. Yes, she gets it. All right. I give Chief Wahoo from the Cleveland Indians a 9, says MK. All righty. Let's see. Next up, Michael Taylor is saying 8, very nice colors. Isn't that the guy from Creepshow 2, says Dark Admiral? All right, we've got the 8. And then the expression on his face of some of the characters put me off, says, who was that? Cheapo. And then a lot of these covers have great colors so far, says Michael Taylor. And One Slick says 8. And Dark Admiral says, change my vote to a 9.
I like the Power Rangers from the Western days.
Okay. I'll just put a 9 here. And let's get the stop.
The guy on the top says his name is Manny Kuz.
All righty, and here's what we've got for that one. We have 2 6s knocking out those 2 10s. We've got 5 7s taking out 4 9s and 1 8, leaving 1 8 left. All righty, we are moving right along. Boopadoom, foot loose and fancy free. Getting there is half the fun. Comparing
with me. Moving right along.
All righty, and let's see. That was it's my turn, and I once again, there were a lot of what we would consider iconic covers from 1960 until here, and a lot of them were posed. Okay, so I wanted to find these different ones. I wanted to find some that told stories. I got a few of the poses, but here we go. England City is named Many Donkeys. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And what I got here to start off is GI Combat number 100. Yeah, breathe it in, ladies and gentlemen. While I write this down.
There's no where he is. There is no oxygen.
I know, right? This is a guy who was in dire straits. He was parachuting, got caught on an airplane, and now another airplane's trying to strafe him. There is a lot of holy shit. I'm pooping my pants on this one.
It's just featuring the haunted tank. So why don't we just put a haunted tank on the cover instead?
I know, right? But I'll tell you what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing some really good colors. The cover does tell a story. I mean, I just read it out. He was parachuting. He got caught up on the tail end of a plane, and now he's got to save himself from another plane that's going to kill him and the people inside the jet that he's clinging to. It's an amazing cover, great colors. God damn it, I've been a 10 machine tonight, but I'm not stopping now. What do you think, Eric?
Why not? I'll agree. There's kind of feel bad for the pilot and there's another plane that he's already shot down if you look at the bottom of the cover.
Which that's probably the plane that he jumped from.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's his plane.
So it's out of the frying pan into the fire.
That's true. So there's nobody in there going, ah. Yeah.
Well, I would say that with a plane coming up trying to strafe him, he's probably going, ah, and shooting the gun. All right. So you give it a 10. RDB, yep. What do you say?
10.
All righty. And Pixel.
While I do agree with Cheapo saying the coloring looks just a touch off, I think that this is just so much. There's so much action going on. He's on the back of the plane. Plane's firing. That is a dead man walking. But you know what? He's going to fight all the way to the end. It is fantastic. This is a 10.
Do you know one thing that you should look at to really cement this one as a 10? Look at the dents the wind is making in his clothing. That is a great freaking detail right there alone. So there you go. Okay. Let's go to the chat. And Glenzer, is that the first one? Yep. Man, I need to make a mute speed button on my mouse. Glenzer says 10. Dark Admiral says 10. Michael Taylor says 10. Fantastic cover. And Jackson says 10. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next up, Maranya, GI Combat 100. Well rendered. Sells the book. Score a snafu 9. Okay. And we have 8. Very good. All right. And a 7. Colors looks off to me, says Cheapo. A 9 from Joe. And we've got E's name is Man Who Screws Many. Really? Come on. I would never be so on the nose. 8, that guy says a paratrooper. He will be dead before he hits the ground.
He's
Probably
true.
so.
It is true. He's not on the nose. He's on the ass.
There you go. 8 undead. That's actually clever. 8 from one slick, 8 from undead, and 8 from ethereal dragon. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And yet the other plane is trying to shoot him. Must be Dick Tracy piloting the red plane. Alrighty, let's see. GI Combat, I like it. It's a very good cover. Give it an 8, says Henry.
Somewhere in a war room, there's a bunch of
And then
jackasses showing
Cheapo saying, I'm the party pooper. Okay, so let me get the stop.
somewhere there's a war room right now, and they're showing slideshows of Angletain. This is our target. It's a bunch of jackasses, and they're getting ready to attack.
Delight says she almost voted 7, but did not want to be the party pooper this time around. Okay, so let's see what this one lands at. We have 1, 7, taking out one of those 8 10s. We've got 5 8s. Ooh, that knocks it down to 2 10s. But we have 2 9s, so it is a 9. Alrighty. There we go. And,
I mean, even if he's managed doesn't get shot down by that guy, the plane coming at him, he's destroyed that rudder on that plane, so he's going to crash regardless.
Alrighty, and let's say go for now. It is Eric's turn again, and I got to tell you, I always save a weird one. I guess what was it? I could have saved feature for number 8 because I always try to get a weird one in there, but this time there was one that I immediately put in the list. Like there's no getting away around this. I will work it out to figure out how to get this comic book into this list. Yep, it's Eric's turn. This is Hot Stuff number 100, or Devil Kid starring Hot Stuff number 1.
Are we on the 9th one already?
We are on the 9th comic.
Wow.
Since I added 2, we're not doing a poll here yet. Today.
I like you said, I feel like a 10 machine, but this is clever.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a good 10.
All righty. How about you, Bankman?
What really cement this as a 10 for me is if he had a can of empty habanero pepper.
He doesn't have to. He's the devil.
He's a little devil, but I'll go 10 with it though. I just wish that the only thing I could change is that the flames coming out of his mouth aren't exactly the same color as his skin. It looks kind of weird, like it's attached to him.
Okay. Let's see. Venkman or Pixel, what do you say?
It is a good celebration cover. It's lacking something for me. It's really awesome, so I'm going to go 9. And with that, I must say farewell. I'm going to go put people to sleep now. Good night.
All righty.
See ya.
Okay, and I'm going 10. Like I said, as soon as I saw this, and I was thinking, okay, let's go through the Harvey stuff. And Casper, it's in the reject pile. Richie Rich was okay. Richie Rich actually held on for a longer time than I thought it would. But this one, I just thought is amazing. He's a devil. He's breathing fire. The 100th issue burning into it. It is just a clever title. The trade dress melts into it as well. All right, but Glenda says 9 and Cheapo says 9. Okay. This one may rival that Seduction of the Innocent cover show, says Michael. 8 from Joe. And we've got England. When you said, I will work it out, I thought of that song, We Will Work It Out. I think from the Beatles, but forget the song anyway. Evil Casper gets a 10. Okay, 8 from one Slick, and Henry gives it a 6. And next up, Delight says, too much text. What? We looking at the same cover. It gets a 7. That's a 10 from Undead Quinn. All right. And we've got an 8 from Jackson and 8 from Ethereal. Okie dokies.
It is kind of overcrowded. There's how many Devils kids starring Hot Stuff will different issue than it is Sizzling Fun, Better Ever. And then all on the bottom of the left side, That's
I
fine.
guess you could say if they got rid of the sizzling fun, better than ever. But what you're talking about up top, that's the trade dress. Okay, so Maranya says the green balance is off the red, the hot stuff, and the background score, Richie Rich gone bad, 10. And then we've got 10 for Michael Taylor. It's a very cool cover. Clever cover. Great colors. Black Spiders is in the house, giving us a 9. Hello to Black Spiders. Definitely the Beatles song. That's fire, says Black Spiders. And wants to know what's up, everybody. And he doesn't want just, oh, nothing, fine. What he wants is a detailed description of how you're feeling, what you're doing, and how he can help. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get the stop. And if you do have a late vote, by all means, let it put it down. Okay, and what we got here is a 1-6, a 1-7, taking out 2 of those 7-10s. 4 8s, take out 4 of the 5-10s left, but we have 4 9s. So, ladies and gentlemen, another 9. All right, good stuff or hot stuff. All right, and next up is that would be Venkman. Okay, Venkman, at least one person has been waiting for this one since we first started. Iron Man number, fuck it, Don.
I don't remember that title.
Are you guys? Am I still in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hear me?
Okay, let me try that again. Can y'all see the cover? Okay, here it goes. There we are.
Can you hear us?
Let me put a go for Iron Man 100.
Can you
Say
hear
again?
us? Can you hear us?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Then you had, yeah. So I was making sure because I don't know why you took it down when we could see it. But anyway, there you go, Maranya. It's 100. I like it. Like I said, you get the 100 on there. It cements this is a 100 issue. This is what should be 100. It's an achievement. 100 issues. Nowadays, it's like we made it past 10. I want the giant 10 now. But this is a 10. I like it.
All right. How about you, Eric?
I don't know why he's breaking a perfectly good piece of steel.
It's Japanese steel. That's why it broke so easily.
Okay, well. Yeah, I bought this OTR, as we used to say back in the day. No, we didn't, because we didn't initialize things, but it caught my eye then. It's catches my eye now. It's a 10.
Okay, I gotta say, to me, it suffers a little based on the other covers. That to me, they're more exciting when things are happening on. But maybe it's because I've looked at 15 different pose covers today with a 100 behind them or in front of them. That being said, let me go back before I did tonight's cover search, and I'll tell you, I always loved this cover. It is a 10. I think I've given a 10 to damn near everything but 1 or 2 cover, maybe 10. I think to 8 of 10 covers I've given a 10 to. All right, let's go to the chat, see what they say. Let's see. Jim Starlin cover is a 10. All right. Oh, and I've got a bid here. Our Black Spider says Spawn gets an 8 and Famous Funnies gets a 5. Okay, Black Spiders. Thank you. All righty, a 5 and an 8 as well. All righty, and let's see. Jim Starlin is 10 from Henry. We've got Glenzer giving it a 10 and Ethereal an 8. All righty, next up, 10 very cool covers and colors, says Michael Taylor. And Undead Quinn says 9. Joe says 7. So we've got a 7, a 9, and a 10. All righty, next up, Kirby Crackle, Henry's pointing out. Great cover, though. Iron Man 101 is my favorite and appropriate for this time of year, says Glinter. Feature Comics gets a 5. Thank you, Black Spider. All righty. Did you hit the Shang-Chi and I missed it? There we go. Let's see. Superman gets a 5. Okay. And we have, let's see, Dark Admiral giving this cover a 10 and Cheapo is a 9. Alrighty. And Iron Man 100, great symbolic Jim Starlin cover, simple, effective, sells the book much better than Spawn 100. Score a Showhead 10. Yes, I will. Iron Man gets an 8, says Black Spiders. OTR off the roof, over the rendezvous. I'll give this a 9, says MK. I really wanted to give this a 4, but Miranya's here, and I'm sure she's got her cleaver at the ready, says Jackson. It's within reach. Correction, Iron Man gets 10. Jim Starlin doesn't get enough credit, says Black Spiders. All righty. Okay, and that was, let me take off one of those 8s. And let me get the stop. And did I miss a Master Kung Fu gets an 8? Okay, gotcha, Black Spiders. And one slick dude gave it an 8. All righty, so let's see. We got an 8. And so did Shang-Chi.
Jackson, she's not here. If you want to give it a really low score, go ahead. She cannot hurt you.
Okay, so what we got here is 1 7 and 2 8s and 3 9s, taking out 6 of those 9 10s.
You got
so,
the ones
ladies
like
and gentlemen.
8.
Yep. And so we have another 10. But because of Black Spider's score,
Yep.
we lose a 10. Okay, so there we go.
What do you mean? He bumped it up to a 10.
No, he bumped Iron Man up to a 10. Shang-Chi was an 8.
Oh, okay.
And Shang-Chi was a 10 only by 1. So it got knocked down. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. I tell you, if something changes, it changes. All right, let's get the stop. Oh, wait, did I already stop? Okay, yeah. There we go. We got the stop for this one. And let's see who that was. Eric? No, RDB. So
Yep.
I am next because things are one off here. All righty, I had to do it, kids. I even put a poll earlier in Sports Ball. Which one do you like better? And only one person voted. So
You put a poll out? Wow, I didn't know this.
yeah, and I put it in Twitter. Who did it better? And the only vote I got was for this one. And this is Defenders number 100.
Well, it depends on what time did you put it up there, because I was at the comic book store.
I just put it in Sports Ball Comics. So this is
No, I meant like what time of the day did you put
I
it
have
in there?
no idea. But there you go. I just put it up. I don't know what I do when I do it. But there you go. Go for Defenders. I dig this cover. Always have. This is very reminiscent of the other book that I had up there was X-Men 100. And I was like, these are the same cover. Which one? Like I said, only one book got any mention. And I think it's the right one. Tell you the truth. This is a hell of a lot more dynamic. Characters look awesome. Very well rendered. However, I'm going to give this one a 9. All righty. How about you, Eric?
Well, I was a prosecutor.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was reading Kamala Harris tweets.
Oh, when I was born in a middle-class family.
Apparently that's her answer to any question that she's not prepared for.
Right. She's not prepared for anything.
No. I hate to say this, but I know the one that you chose. It was between this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the X-Men cover better. And maybe because that was the first one I bought new. But I don't know. It's clever that he's like lighting up the 100th issue, but this is just not doing all that much for me. So I'm going to say 8.
All right. Okie dokie. And let's see. Venkman. What do you say?
Yeah. Well, back when I worked at McDonald's, I came across quite a few comic books, while I was not working there. And never came across this one. Defenders double size 100 issue. I don't know what they're trying to do. I thought they're gonna fight against her like the X-Men, but instead they're like, "Hi guys, we're in a parade." It's looking right at you on the it's kind of weird. So I'm gonna go 8 with this. This kind of just a weird poses.
Alrighty. Now, I was born in a middle class family while working at McDonald's in China. Anywho, let's go to the chat. That would be an 8 from Cheapo, and Glenzer says 10, and Joe says 8, and so does Black Spider. So we've got 3 8s and a 10. 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty, and then we have 7 from Delight, and 8, Never Big on Still Poses, says 1 Slick. All right, we got a 7 and an 8. And then 9 from Undead Quinn. We've got a 10, Very Cool Cover, Colors, and Details, says Michael Taylor. 9 from Ethereal, 8 from Dark Admiral and Jackson. So we've got 2 8s.
Oh yeah, and
a 9.
Next time, don't listen to Jackson. Do the opposite. You should have went with the X-Men cover.
That wasn't Jackson who voted.
Or sorry, well, Jackson, Jay, they're the same now. They
Defenders 100. It's a good Al Milgram cover. It's a 7, says Henry. And then I'll buy this book. I like 100 books, says Black Spider. And was about to say Eric was a lawyer. Haha. He always struck me as a judge. I will go 7. Alrighty. And then we have Eglinton was born a poor black child. I was actually. Yes, very much so. When he said I was born, I thought he was going to say a poor black child. Look, I don't want people to know my past. All righty. I lost my year-round tan. I'm kind of embarrassed about that. All righty, let's get the stop. Zoinks. I went and touched McDonald's with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so this one has 3 7s going after those 3 10s, and then 7 8s going after those 3 9s. This is an 8, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. All righty, let's get this one up to where it needs to be going now. All righty, here we are in the 8s, and next up it is Eric's turn, and we have our 12th book of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Eric, I apologize for not putting up the X-Men. It was 2 similar covers, and I let everybody vote for it, and only 1 person voted for it. So I feel I had to honor it. But this one is a little bit more traditional. Here is Captain America #1.
10.
So just look over it. Tell us how you feel about it. And yeah, so if you want to really take a look and just, yeah, what do you think? What do you think? What would you score Captain America 100?
Okay, let me take this. Oh my God, you're right. This is a 4.
I told you. Look at those eyes.
They're vacant.
I know. Right?
I said it. I need to say it's a post cover, but there's a little bit more than that. I mean, he is running and he's leading him into battle, and so yeah, this has always been a 10 in my book.
Okay. I will give a little bit backish because there is a story to everything when I'm making these things up. Okay, when I'm doing these lists, I don't like to put in too many covers that are exactly alike. So you know what we had to sacrifice for Captain America 100?
A goat?
No, try again. Like what cover would be exactly like this one? I wonder if you could figure it out. Bankman, what do you think? What do you score this?
I thought you were gonna go a whole different story. But like, well, I see you. I was making the pasta sauce for the spaghetti I was gonna have tonight. I sat there and I pondered and I wondered what would be a better cover than this.
What?
And then I realized,
do I want to score this? Well, I was born in a middle class family, and we did like to make our own pasta sauce. So we had a little garden.
And then there's an Olive there too. And I got the idea for Olive Garden. I created Olive Garden. I forgot to patent it. An idiot like me. As I kept looking at the book, I kept thinking this was a 4 too, but then I realized that I don't have my glasses on. So then I put my glasses on, and I realized, wow, it's not a 4, it's a 2. It's horrible. I mean, who would right mind would give this a 10? It's 10.
All right.
And I can't think of what had to be sacrificed for this. I'm trying.
It was Zach.
The other Marvel comic where Captain America's leading a whole bunch of Avengers towards the reader. It was this or the Avengers. Oh
I
my
would say,
gosh, there are
uh,
so many good 100 issues.
I would say we sacrifice Zach because he's not here to have this cover.
All right. Well, I agree. I love this. I don't have a big collection like Eric did that I lament the fact that I either sold or lost as my parents left my collection at home. I wish I could get this book back. I've always loved this cover, man. Seriously.
What, this number 100?
Yeah. This
No,
was
it's not-
actually this was the first expensive book. Like my first layaway book where I had to save up some money was a $6 Thor, the one where he's got the Heisman pose.
Yeah.
But this was the first one. It was $50. And I saved up for it. And when I was able to get it, I thought, oh wow, this was it. And yeah.
I said that you're getting this in the Hulk 102 for $100 for the pair less than a year ago. I never thought that had been possible again. I swear to God, I was 15 again.
Yeah, the Hulk is one of the comics that I feel bad about.
Until I pulled a muscle running to the book to get it off the shelf. Then
Joe. Yeah, Sharon Carter was around during the '60s when this book came out.
Yeah, actually, she was in Tales of Suspense before this one. Okay, so here we go. Glenzer, Cheapo saying no debate. Jack Kirby gets hands down. And then we have Michael Taylor and One Slick, and all of those came from Glenzer, Cheapo, Delight, Dark Admiral, Michael Taylor, and One Slick, giving it a 10. But I guess I should add in Black Spider because he says 20, and then we have Henry. So let me add these 8 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Maranya, being the odd man out, says Captain America 100 World Collar cover done well, better than Defenders 100. Cap front and center as he should be, well rendered. Score a patriotic 10, not a 20. Just saying. I'm just kidding, Ronnie. Okay. Then we have a 10 from Ethereal Dragon. And then we have a 9 from Joe. I can't believe I'm going to do this for a 9, but every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, Mr. Joe. This could have been a perfect issue.
No,
Well,
Jackson 8,
Jackson?
MK 8.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss? That's right. I skipped it. Okay. Yeah, because I couldn't believe. Well, there you go. Ethereal and Joe. Oh, no. Ethereal gives it a 10. Who gave it an 8?
Jackson and MK.
Yeah, MK.
I don't see Jackson or MK's.
Jackson says, "Sigh, I have no taste." Kirby.
Okay. You know what? Okay, I'll tell you what happened. My computer went down. And so for the longest time, Ethereal was the last one. And now everything just popped up. Okay, there you go. This one of my dream books is Spider. Plus, see my comment above the start for this cover, please. What did I've come to expect that? Jackson and Jay are not. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's see. Do this cover needs no introduction. Fantastic Four 100. I would have also added to the list. Henry.
No, she wanted to know. Did you add her 9 for Defenders?
I thought I did, didn't I?
I don't know.
Okay.
Originally, 160 decided you skipped her.
Okay. Sorry, but I did just now. Is that Black Widow in green? No, okay, you already answered that one. Kirby 8, even if Namor looks like he's firing one off. Alrighty, so there we go. Does this change the score, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, cool cover, but Captain America's left leg looks off. And Kim Kardashian injects some bottom in his leg or something. It just looks weird to me. Alrighty. And then we have Kidokis. Captain America 100 is a piece of history. It gets a 10, says Black Spiders. All Kidokis. And what we have here is 3 8s, 1 9, trying to take on 14 10s and losing badly. All right, so this is a 10, ladies and gentlemen. Zoinks. Okie dokie. here we go. Let's see. And then we have next up, that was Eric and RDV, Tales to Astonish, issue number 100.
Whoa. It's like he's going to do one of those kicks, you know, where he just runs up to you and then kicks you in the face after he jumps back. Cool. Epic. Wow. Epic length, 22 pages. Wow. They could barely do that today. But Submarine and Incredible Hulk, Tales of Astonish. They must be California? Where are they? What coast are they on? That's weird.
That looks like Manhattan Island, right?
Oh, is it Manhattan? Yeah. All right. 10, though.
All righty. How about you, Eric?
Oh, definitely. The detail in the city alone.
Yep.
The city alone.
That's actually this whole angle. It's one of the things that caught my eye about this and thought, okay, well, here's something for people to look at.
The Hulk is flying.
There's a lot of detail to it. The fact that, yes, they drew an island as an island, and Hulk and Namor above it, it just adds so much to it. The depth and everything. It is done well. The scale of the buildings on how high they are up. It's amazing. This is an incredible cover. Ha, ha, ha. I give it a 10 as well. Okay, let's see. Glenzer agrees with us, and so does Michael Taylor, saying everything is fantastic about this cover. We've got 1, 2. And then now this is a good cover, says Rhaegar, saying 10. And Cheapo says, flying high. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. It's awesome. Give it a 10. Next up, 9 from Joe and 9 from MK and Crystal G. Whoa, now that's a 10. All right, so we've got 2 9s and a 10. Next up, we have Ethereal and 1 Slick with 9 each going. Manhattan has more than 1 bridge. All right. Maybe that's on the other side. I don't know. I've never really.
So I got Joe.
All right, so we've got 2 9s and then 10 from Undead Quinn. And next up, we have Dark Admiral saying fantastic cover, giving it a 10. And we have Maranya, Tales to Astonish 100, Hulk versus Namor fighting over New York City. Well-rendered negative space, well used behind trade dress, score an astonishing 10. And Delight Loves Movies says, you know what, I agree. Give that one a 10 as well. All righty, kids. That is awesome. Once again, if you have a late vote, please put it in. What?
I was going to say, Hulk's right arm, the way it's positioned, looks kind of weird. I feel like I should be out trying to grab him. Hand out.
Well, maybe he needed it for the jump. Kind of a Superman thing, but he started off on his left. Yeah. There you go. All righty. And what we got here, ladies and gentlemen, are 4 9s trying to take out 12 10s. And once again, losing. There we go. And we are getting down to the last 4 covers. I guess if you look closely, you might get a little preview of what they are, but here we are.
I try not to look real because I want to see how many covers we had left.
I know. I hope you guys aren't really trying to look because I like to. Oh, I like to do the build up.
I know. I went in the overlays to see how many were left. Counted. I didn't really look at that. Do they were though.
Okay. Next up is who gets this one? Let's see. Eric. Me. Oh, this one's me.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is a celebration cover for those of you who like your hundreds with the word 100 on it. It's a big old celebration. Not only is it a big old celebration, but it's an actual birthday celebration, ladies and gentlemen. I give you Wiz Comics number 100. All right, let me write down the start here.
You know, somehow I'm not afraid of Marania's cleaver anymore.
All right. I know, right? That's a big ass knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Special 100 celebration issue, Captain Marvel, Isis, Golden Arrow. We've got Shazam with a big ass knife saying, folks, this is a great occasion. We got the background players in the back there. It looks like 2 of the members of the Yokel Shazam family. Young lady waiting for a piece of cake that ain't going to fit on that tiny little plate. This is awesome. I love it. It's just so whimsical. Whimsical is a good way to describe it.
What's disturbing is that she's not even looking at him. She's looking straight ahead like she's like a robot.
I am going to give this one a 9, though. What do you say, Eric?
I'm just wondering who is going to eat that cake he's cutting.
I know, like I said, she's sitting there with a plate. It's like that big.
Yeah. 9.
All righty. How about you, Bank?
What a cake topper that is. Is that supposed to be like a
I know,
hotel
it's-
or a prison?
It looks like it looks. Do you know what it looks like? It does either the Empire State Building, which I think they're in New York also.
Yeah.
But it also kind of looks like the L.A. police station. You know,
Also,
at the beginning of Dragnet with her.
What I really have to ask is, why does the woman have the giant head? They all have shrunken heads, guys. Especially the guy in the background, the Pee Wee Herman outfit.
It's the 40s. They wanted you to not look at her boobs.
They just wanted you to realize that women were smarter back then.
Yeah, these were the grandfathers of future image artists.
Ah. What do you score this, Vink?
For the zaniness, the giant cake, and just I'm giving it a 10.
All righty. And let's see what we got here. Is you can get a middle of the road condition copy for about $50. Here we go. Glenser says 8. And what is going on with that cake knife, says Crystal. And Delight says 7. All right, so we got a 7 and an oh, hey, I didn't write these down. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we've got an 8 and a 7. And then Crocodile Dundee says, now that's a knife. I can't do Australia. Undead Quinn says 8. Crystal G says 8. There is an amazing laugh factor to this.
You know who can? Mr. Eric Green can.
Okay.
About
Wiz
you?
Comics average, it's a 6, says Henry. We have a 7 from Jackson, an 8 from One Slick Did. And then, oh, wow, it's still attainable. Thanks. So what were we talking about? Let's see. 8, goofy but noticeable, says Cheapo, and Dark Admiral gives it an 8 as well.
I think they're talking about the Hulk Namer book from before.
Oh yeah, that is a attainable one. I've seen it in decent condition for $15. Not great condition. I'd expect between 20 and 30 would be a 7-ish. Ethereal says 8. And that is likely radio station building on the top of the cake, not any other. Let's see. I look at the covers every time you go down there, and 9, cool cover. The red titles with the yellow makes the cover really pop, says Michael Taylor. Rhaegar says 8, and MK says 9. So 2 9s and an 8. Vantu and another 8. Australian is easy. It's like talking like a Southerner. I can't do it. But instead, you're a British Southerner. All you do is you have a can. If I listen to it, I can pick it up. That's how I do accents usually.
There's all different kinds of British language accents.
You had a Wiz Comics 100, well rendered overall. This fits the spirit of the book and sells it to the target audience. Score a Wiz 10. Alrighty, there we go. Now I got it there, Maranya. All right, let's get the stop. And once again, if you have a late vote, please put it down.
Remember, the more times you complain about it, the more times he's going to do it.
That seems to happen that way. I'm not doing it on purpose, but that does seem to happen. Okay. What we got here?
I mean, I would do purpose if someone keeps like, hey, you forgot this.
We have
this.
1 6 2 7s taking out those 3 10s, and then we've got 8 8s taking out all those 9s, and we get an 8 from Marvel and Wiz Comics.
Cockney British is tough, dude. That is freaking. I've seen. Which show was that? Was the back in the day? Wasn't the Joan? What was the girl? The woman who had her own host variety show, bro. From the 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s. She was very popular.
Carol Burnett,
yeah. She had someone on, and she had the lady from Harry Potter, the one who just recently died, was on her with her singing
Maggie
song,
Smith.
and they were doing a Cockney British. Just teaching about different accents.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. If I had that one, so it's Eric's turn again to start us off. And sir, I got to tell you, I just thought this one looked cool, even though it is another cover where people were running towards the audience. But here is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 100.
I'm sorry, I just got news that I'm just too upset to participate. No, the insane clown posse endorsed Kamala.
Well, they are insane.
They are,
And
and they're a bunch of clowns.
I read Razor Fist's tweet. Well, we tried. It's over. This is a 10. I love this. This is just I'll go cane jokes aside, blah blah blah. I mean, just the modern versus the World War II on top of it. This is fantastic.
All righty. How about you, Bank?
10, dude. I'm liking the nice jacket back there. We're getting some Miami Vice vibes.
Yeah,
Like-
as soon as I saw this one, it was in. There were, like I said, there were a couple of it where it's like, okay, automatic. And as soon as I saw this with, like you said, the military versus the spy, it's just amazing. Amazing cover done. It's so creative. The wisp, the wind, and so forth. It's the dream state of the memory. Yeah, I just love this, and it made me think: is the guy who's laying down, is his character dead at this point?
So what I think it says when a Holler follows. So one of his men died.
Okay,
Call back to his past.
They were at an event set in the present, and a sniper took out one of the Howlers.
Gotcha. All right, but it's amazing. It's an amazing cover. I give it a 10 as well. And let's go to the chat to see who got it right and who got it wrong. Okay, so let's see. We've got Jackson giving it a 10. He got it right. Crystal and Joe giving it a 9. Yeah, they got it wrong. Just kidding. Then we have a 10 for Michael Taylor. Fantastic cover, color, and details. And then we have Dark Admiral giving this one a 10. Sergeant Fury 100, past Fury versus current Fury, well rendered, tells the story and sells the book. Score a howling 10. We have Cheapo giving it a 10 and One Slick a 9.
9.
Next up, hey Eric, wait until you hear Obama rap. Oh yeah, did you see that?
What?
That was Obama rapped 8 Mile, Lose Yourself, when Eminem cucked himself for Kamala. Sergeant Fury's a 10, says Henry. And we have 10 for Monday Quinn. Next up, in other news, Batman tells us not to vote Trump or Musk, and Fernando Venezuela passes 9, by the way. Alrighty. And we have 10 from Glenzer, 9 from Ethereal, and 10 from Rhaegar. 2 10s.
Did you read what Rob Schneider said?
And a 9.
Yeah.
Crystal says, you're welcome. And Delight gives us a 10. Okie dokie.
Robert Davi and Rob.
I thought I was going to die rapping at work when I heard Obama do that. It was bad too. I do that one better. Anytime somebody says a line from it, I rap that better than Obama did. All right, let's get the stop. And remember, if you have a late vote, just drop it, and we will change anything it changes.
Yeah, Mick Foley did one of those Michael Keaton things today too.
Yeah. Well,
Michael Keaton looked like somebody had a gun to him.
It makes more sense with Mick Foley because he fell a couple times.
Ah, shit.
Well, I was amazed at, like I said, how all these wrestling fans, like I said, it's weird how left wrestling fans have gotten. Now, of course, they're trashing The Undertaker because he dares to not be in the tank for leftism.
Okay, so this one has 5 9s. But it's going up against 13 10s, ladies and gentlemen. We have another 10. All righty. And that, I believe, was Eric's, right?
Yep.
And so, Venkman, this could have easily have been an Eric book. It could have been a my book because it's just that. But I think it fits. I think it fits with you. But here we have Justice League number 100.
Here lies the unknown soldier of victory. 33 heroes. The greatest gathering of superstars ever recorded. The 10th annual team-up of the Justice League and the Justice Society in search of the 7 soldiers of victory. Because they disappeared at a time, right? Yeah. Then they go back further in time. That's what it was. Or no, actually, no. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, awesome cover. Man, if you're not giving this a 10, I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
It is a 10. What is wrong
This
with
isn't
you?
a cluttered cover. It's got a lot of people in it, Delight, but it's not.
It's got
cluttered.
all the
You can-
heroes on it. If
You can actually see them very clearly. I don't know.
Now the rain is gone.
All right. What do you give this, Eric?
You know, I should deduct for having Nick Cardy draw 15 people and only one of them be a woman, since he's real good at it. But I guess I don't know who else it would be on there except for possibly Black Canary. So
Phantom Lady.
I mean, the way
no, that she was in the Freedom Fighters. It's the 7 Soldiers.
for much
Excuse me, sir. But seriously, what cover would Phantom Lady not improve?
Oh no, I was just
in spite of the fact she doesn't belong there.
okay. That's fair enough.
Well, I mean, I know you said there's only one woman there, but I see Oliver Queen on there too. He bitches enough too. My things.
But I do. Yeah, I like this. It's a 10.
All right. And yeah, I agree with it. I've always loved this cover. It's freaking incredible. The ethereal Soldiers of Victory up top. Everybody mourning. I guess this is also the annual crossover, since you've got the Justice Society. And Wonder Woman is on that side. So obviously it's Hippolyta or whatever you call her there. So there you go. All righty. Let's see what everybody in the chat says. Glenzer says 10. And Cheapo says 10. Delight says 7. It's cluttered. And then Jim says 10. So we've got 3 10s. 1, 2, 3, and a 7. All right. Next up, we have a 9 from Joe, an 8 from One Slick, another still pose, and a 9 from an Ethereal, and a 10 from Crystal. So we've got an 8, 2 9s, and a 10. 8, 2 9s, and a 10. I'm not giving this a 10. I'm giving this a 12, says Rhaegar. All right. There we go. And let's see. I love the Undertaker Kane. Okay. We got Undead Quinn saying 10 and Michael Taylor saying 10. Very cool cover. All righty. And that's 2. And we have 10 from Dark Admiral. Next up, Maranya, Just League 100, homage to a World War II cover with Alan Scott, Green Lantern, well rendered, tells a story and sells the book, scored a Justice 10. Next up, Jackson says 9. Can't rain all the time, says Dark Admiral. Just League, it's a very good cover, says 8, Henry. And MK says 10. So we've got an 8, a 9, and a 10. 8, a 9, and a 10. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 9s, 2 8s, and 1 7. All right. If you have a vote, a late vote, just let me know. And those 3 9s, 2 8s, and 1 7 are going up against 12 10s. So we have another for the 10 spot, ladies and gentlemen. And something tells me we got one more coming.
So
all right, let's. I guess it's my turn to start. Eric, why don't you start us off on this one? I think this is one you appreciate, maybe even a little bit more than me. But here we have Amazing Spider-Man number 100.
You know, I wish the Lesters were here so they could go into the details about the negative blah and this and that and all stuff. I don't know. I just know this is a 10.
Alrighty. How about you, Vink?
Oh, you really have to ask? This is my boy.
It's
It's the face of Marvel right here, with all the floating heads behind him too. You got Kingpin kissing his ass.
Excuse me, this is not a Captain Marvel cover.
Did I put Marvel?
This is a 10. The 10 of all 10s.
All righty. And yeah, I agree. This is an awesome cover. This is the best of those covers. You got this one, Daredevil, Shang-Chi, You've got Birds of Prey was doing this, but there's a little bit different. You'll see in a little bit. Just so many of these kind of covers were 100 covers. This one I thought was the best, and it beats Shang-Chi, not handily, but just slightly. And I think it's because the green works well with Shang-Chi. The black here works amazing to make Spider-Man pop. And I didn't mean that pun, but there you go. All righty, let's go to the chat. And I think everybody got this one right. But Glenzer says 10. So does Cheapo saying, heck yes. Let's see. Crystal gives it a 10. Joe gives it a 10. And Jackson Rakert gives it a 10. So we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Cheapo or Ethereal giving it a 9. Spider-Man 100, one of my favorite covers, is an 11, says Henry. And Delight says John Romita 10. Alrighty. And then we have, let's see, Great Colors, cover, screams, detail. Then we have Dark Admiral saying 10 plus 10 plus an infinity. All right, we got that. Maybe the cover of the Knights is Glenzer. Jim gives it a 9 and 10 out of 10 from Undead Quinn.
Did you see that?
Too bad that it has a banner at the bottom. It says Delight. Amazing Spider-Man 100, amazing use of reverse inking printing technique for all of the cast behind the star. Spider-Man scores an amazing 10. All right. And then we have Rhaegar giving it a 9. Did they show MJ twice, or is one of them supposed to be Gwen? Well, Gwen is right below his chin. MJ is by his hand.
Yeah.
All right. And so we got 2 9s. One from Rhaegar, one from MK. And let's see. I had a feeling this was going to be a 10 fest, says Michael Taylor. LOL, yeah, just watched it yesterday, so it's fresh on my mind. One of my favorite comic book films. What were we talking about, MK? All right. Did you get one slick dude? Usually not. Why? 10. Okay. From one slick 10. Alrighty. So let's get the stop. If you have a late vote, let's get that in there. And if it changes, it won't change anything. If it changes anything, we will change.
Like, apparently, they're talking about The Crow. So
Oh,
many cool
Crow?
references.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, Dark
The
Admiral said can't
original
rain.
is a good movie. The new one is
Because Dark Admiral said it can't rain all the time.
The original was good. The new one sucked. All righty, kids, here we go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to place everything to see because these are the placements. We want to know where everything lands, and we have been including everybody in on the count. It's not just something where we talk among ourselves. So by all means, please stick around to help us vote and bid and find out what's the best cover, because this is the last cover in our to be needed for the brackets. You are deciding what's going to go up against Ghostbusters, by the way, right here. All righty, let's get the lowest score we had was 8. So Eric, if you want to start us off on that, we need the favorite and least favorite of the 8s.
Favorite is the third one.
Okay, the
least,
Indian.
Least favorite is Spawn.
Okay, I'm going to say Western for the what you call the Indian is a Western, and Spawn. All right, Bankman, what do you say? Favorite and least favorite?
Least favorite is the feature one. Second
The feature, one. Okay.
Yeah. And Lego Defenders, my favorite.
And Defenders is the favorite. All righty, and you know what? I'm going to agree with Eric on this one. I like the Western. My least favorite, however, it's the Spawn. Okay. And let's see. Hasta la Pasta. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Glenzer is the start of the votes. We've got best is, and by the way, everybody watching, feel free to chime in. Your votes count. Defenders is the best for Glenzer, and the worst is the Western. Alrighty. And then we have Internet dropped. Are you voting at all there, MK? Because you write a whole bunch of stuff and then okay. Let's see. Best Western, worst Spawn, says Maranya. Alrighty. Internet drop. Good night, all. One Slick says 8 best Western, worst Spawn. Got that one. The 8's Defenders is the best, and the worst. Hey, Pixel.
I joined just in time for the end, didn't I?
Yeah. Pick the 8's. What is your favorite? What is your least favorite? I'm on Henry in the chat, but I will take yours. Let me get Henry's and then I'll get yours. So it gives you time to look. The 8's, the best is the Defenders, and the worst is Spawn. Okay.
Can I get a good look at the 8s?
Okay.
You were here
Let's
for the 8s,
see.
weren't you? Well, that's right. You already know you've done it all of them, but
Okay.
We're over
So
the 9s right now.
we're in 8.
Spawn.
We're in 8 right now.
We had Spawn and let's see, Defenders 100 was an 8.
I meant
All right.
on the list because you're hovering over the 9s right now. So can I see the list?
No, that is the 8. That's
Yeah,
the 8.
I'm showing the 8's.
Oh my gosh, I'm backwards today. Okay.
Backwards.
I'm backwards. Okay, there we go. Western. I was here for that. I'm going to go best actually Defenders 100. I really like that cover. You posted that on Twitter. I was really vibing with it. The worst, I'm actually going to go. Sorry, Alex Ross, but Spawn.
All right.
Wow.
If you have to apologize, so do a lot
Alex
of
Ross
others.
Spawn is worse than the other cover that is just a generic thing.
Okay, so Michael Taylor says Defenders best, Spawn worst. All right. And then Defenders best feature is the worst, says Ethereal Dragon. Okay. And then we have, let's see, Ethereal MK 8, Giant Knife best, Spawn is the worst. All right. And then we have, are you talking about the Son of the Blob where the guy, okay, let's see, the internet dropped quicker than Monica Lewinsky. Ah! All righty. And let me get the stop on the 8's.
Well, I mean, it's not really Monica anymore. It's now Kamala.
Okay. And once again, we do this by ratio. And we have only one with 0 positives and all negative, and that's Spawn. Next up, we have 1 positive and 2 negatives, and that is Feature Comics. And then we have 3 positive, 1 negative, and all positive. So Defenders is the best of the 8's. All right, let's scroll up to the 9's. And Eric, what do you say?
Let's see. Well, Pixel, did you see where your governor of Kung Fu got knocked down to a 9 while you were gone?
That hurts me.
Yeah, somebody came in and gave it a lower score.
It's okay.
Okay, and I got your scores, Undead Quinn. They did not change anything, so, but there you go. I do them. Thank you. All right. Eric, what do you say? Best and worst of the 9.
My favorite is Superman. My least is Wiz Comics. I think that's the only thing I didn't give a 10 to, so it's going to be consistent.
Okay. How about you, Venkman?
All right. For the 9's.
Yeah.
Man. Favorite is GI Combat.
Okay.
Least favorite is Kung Fu.
All righty. And Pixel, what's your favorite and least?
Well, my favorite is pretty obvious. Master of Kung Fu. Least favorite. I'm going to agree with Wiz. Wiz. Oh, good. Huh?
He can't hear us.
What do you say about the 9's? What's your favorite and least favorite?
He's trying to, but you're not doing it.
Okay. My favorite is Master of Kung Fu. Least favorite is Wiz.
All righty. Okay, and let's see. My favorite is actually Hot Stuff. All right. And the least favorite up there, sorry, Eric. Got to go with Superman. All righty. Let's check out the chat. And so far, we've only got 3 voters. So please, by all means, if you're listening in, please join the club here. 9 for Glenzer, Master of Kung Fu. And the worst is Wiz Comics already, and that's Glenzer, Master Kung Fu, and Wiz. And then Henry says the 9's Master of Kung Fu is the best. Hot Stuff is the worst. Liar! Alrighty. And then we have 9's best is Master Kung Fu. Worst is the Funnies. Alrighty. And that's for Maranya. What happened? Hello?
Hi.
Okay, yeah, I got kicked away from the page, not off the page. MK says 9 favorite is Superman, least is the birthday cake. Alrighty. And we have favorite is GI Combat, least favorite is Wiz, says Dark Admiral. Okay. And then we have this was tough. GI Combat's best, Wiz is worst. Alrighty. And there we go. Do we Undead Quinn, if you're there, I know. Let's see if you put in a vote. We'll see if it changes anything. But there we go. I'm going to get the stop. Alrighty, and let's see where these go. Once again, we're doing this by ratio. If Undead Quinn puts in his vote, let me know what it is, just in case. Alrighty, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everything got a vote in some way, shape, or form, but only 2 of them have no positive and all negative. One of them had 1 negative vote, and the other one had 6 negative votes. Alrighty, next up, we have one that just broke even. 1 good, 1 bad, and it's where it needs to be, the hot stuff. And then we have a tie, which is 4 positive, 1 negative, and then just 3 positive, no negative. So I'm going to put the one that got no negatives in front, since they both score a 3. And I'm going to move that over here. Oh, right. Wait a second. Nope. Sorry. But there you go. Okay, it ends up being this way. I went in out of order. Superman is 2 positive, 1 negative, so it gives a score of 9. These 2 have 3. GI Combat had no negative. Let's move up to the 10s. All right. All right. I'll keep dropping my pins. And Eric, you want to start us off? Let me put in the go floors.
Favorite is Nick Fury.
Oh, hold on. Shang-Chi and the Planes. So Shang-Chi is the positive. Alrighty, and GI is the negative. So that actually changes the score. And like I said, I would change it if it did, but there you go. Kung Fu gets in front. Sorry to interrupt you there, and thank you very much for the super sticker that we just received here. There you go. Unfortunately, I can't see it until it scrolls through an entire freaking live stream versus of comments. Oy vey. But thank you very much for the super sticker there, Leon Haley, $1.99. Certainly appreciate it. Hello to you. Feel free to vote while we're doing this. All righty. Let me get the go for 10s. All righty. And Eric, by all means, please.
Oh, I forgot what we were doing.
We're doing the 10s.
Nick Fury, favorite. And I guess Iron Man.
These are great freaking books, aren't they?
Yeah.
All righty, Venkman, what about you?
Best is Spider-Man. Worst is Justice League.
Okay. Pixel.
Can I see
Yep.
Justice League?
Sure
No.
can.
It's a funeral, sir.
I know, I see.
How'd you guys get done so quick tonight?
And this is the Nick Fury, if you haven't seen that one.
Sure. Just not a lot of news this week. So I am going to go ahead and say that I gotta put Spider-Man up top. He's my main boy.
All right.
And that cover is great. Floating heads galore, and him just crawling there. It pulls you in. Least favorite. I am actually going to agree with Venkman. I'm going to put The Funeral as the last.
All righty. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking the one that grabs my attention the most is Dick Tracy. And the one that doesn't is the Iron Man. All righty. And let's go to the chat and see. Oh, shit. I forgot to put in the go for 10. I wrote it. I just forgot to hit send. Okay. It looks like Glenzer starts us off. So 10, the best is Spider-Man, worst is Dick Tracy. All righty. And then let's see, the 10s, Spider-Man is best, Dick Tracy is worst, says Henry. I wonder if this is going to become a trend. Captain America is best, says Ethereal, Dick Tracy is worst. All righty. And then we have, let's see, Spider-Man is best, worst. Oh, we're on that. Those are the 9s. The hot stuff is the 9. We're on to the 10. So it's Dick Tracy through Spider-Man. So I've got your Spider-Man down. Whichever one you think is worst on the top on the 10s, that's the one we're going for. Beat Justice League Funeral. Worst is, I guess that was best. Is worst is the Avengers, which is the Captain America. All right. And let's see. Favorite is Spider-Man. Least favorite is Iron Man, says Dark Admiral. All right. And let's see. Leon Hot Stuff's in the 9s. Dick Tracy for the win, says Crystal. But what's the least favorite for you there, Crystal? I don't know. This is very tough. Any one of these books could have been the best. I guess Spider-Man best. Second is worst. So it's the JLA is the worst, and the Spider-Man is the best. No, I wasn't aware of Michael Keaton thing. Y'all who voted Iron Man worst, one-way trip to the Naughty Corner. All righty. Captain America's worst, and that's from Crystal. And I apologize, I can't see it. No worries. Hey, thank you for participating. That's it's nice to have you here. All right. Let's see. Do you what I could do here? Here you go. I'll tell you what. This is what I'll do for you, Leon. Let's see what we got here. We got Dick Tracy. Oh well, here's the JLA that's in the 10s. And this was the Nick Fury that was in the 10s. You picked Spider-Man as the best. This is the Tales to... Was this in the 10s? Oh. Yep. This is the Tales to Astonish in the 10s. Captain America. Iron Man. And what am I missing here?
Hair.
That was in the 10s. Oh, and this is the Dick Tracy. There you go. Whichever one of those was the worst, or at least no love for Jim Starlin, Iron Man. What can you do? The vote is the vote. And you skip me yet again. Y'all, well, I read your y'all. 10 is best Spider-Man, worst Dick Tracy. No, I put yours down. I remember that. I'll do it again, though. All right, here we go. All righty. Let's see. Are we all caught up? All right. Looks like we are all caught up then. Let's get the stop. And if anybody votes late and it changes anything, we will change, but whatever it changes. So here we go. Once again, it is all ratio. And we do have a couple of them that are obvious. And this one got 3 negatives, no positives. And that is Iron Man. Okay, next up, we have 1 negative, 1 positive, 3 negatives, and that is the JLA. And then we have, let's see, 2 negatives, or 2 positives, 4 negatives, so that's a 2, and that is Dick Tracy. And next up, we have Which one? Whoops, 1 positive, 2 negatives would be a 1 as well, right? JLA, 1 that leaves a 2. So this is actually Captain America is under JLA. There we go. Alrighty, and then we have these 3. Tales to Astonish had no scores, or bad or good. And then we have Spider-Man and Nick Fury. Nick Fury had 1 positive, no negatives, and Spider-Man had 8 positives, no negatives. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Number 17, Spawn 100. Number 16 is Feature 100. I'm just going to say the titles. They're all 100. And then Prize Comics Western is 76, 15. 14 is Defenders. 13, Wiz Comics. 12, The Famous Funnies. 11, Hot Stuff. 10 is Superman. 9, GI Combat. 8, Kung Fu. 7 is Iron Man. Captain America's number 6. 5 for Justice League. 4, Dick Tracy. 3, Tales to Astonish. 2, Nick Fury. And the number 1 greatest issue of 100th issue is Amazing Spider-Man number 100. Was there any doubt in your mind, Eric?
No, I'm just surprised that Nick made it all the way to 2.
Me too. It's awesome. It's a really fantastic cover. I got to tell you, I was kind of very, very happily surprised at the books that I found after. I was like, come on, we can't have just 1,000 pose covers. There's got to be something to it. And yeah, I got to tell you, I'm kind of happy with what happened there. That being said, this is the moment you guys can say, wow, you should have put this one in. But here you go. Let me share out all the rejects. And there's a lot of rejects tonight. All right, do top 100 for Modern Comics. Oh, wait, yeah. Not surprised Spider-Man in our group won, but was surprised how low that JLA cover got in the 10s. What was your favorite cover of the night, Eric?
The Nick Fury. I love that.
How about you, Pixel? Is it Shang-Chi, or did you see something different? Or what was one that you hadn't seen before that you liked?
I really did love that Nick Fury one. That is a really great cover.
Yeah.
A lot of the 10s had that situation, but Shang-Chi was my favorite for obvious reasons.
Obvious. RDV, how about you? Did your favorite cover make it to the 10s?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And that's how I remember.
Yep. Let me show off the rejects, and once again, this might kind of show off a little bit. This is what I have to look at. By the way, I'm going to share this real quick. This is kind of what I have to look at when I'm figuring out what covers to put in a show like this. And I go through them. I try to be as meticulous as I can. One just it's like, okay, what really pops out? So there you go. And then let's show them off a little bit closer so you guys can see them. Here you go. We had another Spawn 100. Then we had One Piece number 100. I figured, why not check out some anime? Batman 100.
That should have been in there.
Say again?
That should have been in there.
What would you have pulled?
Don't ask me that. I would have pulled Shang-Chi.
Or would you have just said, nah, it's going to be I got to tell you,
have Wiz Comics right there that everyone hated. Nobody.
Eric, I got to tell you, I had one thought where I was going to do 20 covers because there's just so many good ones here. This is Lone Ranger.
That one should have been in there.
Don't ask me why it's not. Our Army at War.
That should have been in there.
I know, right? Forbidden Worlds.
I would have got rid of Wiz Comics, kept both Batman 100 and Superman 100 in there.
Drunk Godzilla? Hell yeah.
Star Spangled War Stories.
It's Barney.
And then we have Journey into Mystery 100.
Thor showing up with Mr. Hyde.
Walt
Dude, why was that on there?
Disney's Donald Duck. And then Heartthrobs.
What?
Oh, I know, right?
That's a really good cover too.
This list
can-
is invalid now.
I can hear the 10 coming off of Eric Breen's lips.
Brave and the Bold, number 100. and we had Uncle Scrooge, number
Hey,
100.
go back to Brave and the Bold for a second.
You're killing me.
Okay.
You know, if you're Batman, I think of two reasons right off the top to sue my doctor.
I know, right?
Number one is letting somebody yeet you in your room, but the second one is taping up his torso over his uniform.
Yeah, right. Like when he
Just
just,
All right, what
when
are we
he just,
getting? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he would have went straight to Alfred and have Alfred to tape him up.
Actually, Marvel 2-in-1 and New Mutants issues 100. No.
Yeah,
New
I agree.
Mutants is Marvel 2-in-1. By the way, you're about to see. Spidey for me was surprisingly my favorite, and Iron Man 100 is
I agree.
number
Melania
2.
Spawn shouldn't have been in there whatsoever.
I already voted Fantastic Four 100 should have been picked. Best was Spider-Man 100 tonight. Spawn should never have been on the list. I wanted something modern, and it was the only thing. I absolutely agree. Looking at it, I should have put that Lone Ranger in, and not. But you're going to see about 100 covers, or at least 50 of the 70 that you probably put in instead of something that I had in there. All right, here we go. Walt Disney Uncle Scrooge, House of Secrets. And this is probably the biggest mistake of the night. Web of Spider-Man 100.
Yeah,
No.
you don't need that.
Wonder Woman 100. What'd you say?
I was gonna say you could leave this out because that looks more like Katana.
Oh,
And that's
yeah,
ugly
right
too.
here. It wasn't really good. Then we have What If number 100. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. I like this painted cover.
That would have been hard.
Jerry Lewis 100,
No,
which I literally just picked to be a reject. Crime Does Not Pay. I love this cover. Was in there for a while.
That's actually pretty cool.
It is. It really is. And then I was like, it's one of those red box square things. I don't know. It's a red box square pants. Writes its House of Secrets 100. Just saying. Do
you see that he's choking John Candy in there?
Looks like it. Life with Archie. Just how fast is your dragster? The only thing that goes any faster is my allowance. Ha. Betty and Me. I actually like this one. I like the Christmassy, the snowy covers. This is Robin number 100. And then we've got Wonder Woman 100. Well, you know what? I thought I was like, I'm going to go Wonder Woman because I love that cover. And I was thinking of 108.
You know what you should have done? Just broke this up into two parts. Here's 100 A, 100 B.
I know. You want to do another 100 cover, don't you? This is
Why not?
Sensation Comics. And then we have, I'm convinced that this fellow Clark Kent is Superman. Spider-Girl 100, which we've had in the auction. World's Finest. I might have this one twice because I got a better copy of this. Okay.
we read that. I'm pretty sure.
Superboy 100. And
Oh.
Adventure Comics, where Sandman and whatever his name, Stripesy or something. They're shooting
Sandy.
aliens.
Which
Sandy.
one was the world's finest? Because I know
Sandy was the sidekick.
Sandy, thank you. Jimmy Olsen 100, where Jimmy gets married not to a gorilla, by the way.
Yeah, that would have been a good number. That would have been a good 100.
Captain Marvel, or the Captain Marvel Adventures 100. And then Showcase 100, that was in there for so long. Pep Comics, I just love 1950s with the bullet boobs. I think this is actually 40s, but Archie, there are some grand programs tonight. I hope we won't have any interference. Don't worry, Veronica, I disconnected the doorbell, turned out the lights. There you go. Walt Disney Comics and Stories. Fun Comics with Johnny Quick going to Richie Rich, I guess, or Star Spangled Comics with Tomahawk saving Tama Kid from a buffalo herd. Archie, Veronica, you're the most beautiful girl in the world. What a line. He'd say so even if he didn't think so. And she'd think so even if he didn't say so.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Age. Yeah, I found it. I said, let's throw it in there. Flash Comics with Hawkman. We've got Jumbo Comics with Sheena. And the other hot stuff. This is actual hot stuff, number 100. House of Mystery. Let's see. Are we getting any more? Showcase was good. Way before my time, says Leon. Yep, most of these are. This one almost made it in. I thought this was a fun and clever little cover. Wings Comics, which I never knew existed until I saw this cover.
Oh, I thought it was a show.
Captain Marvel Jr. I told you there's a lot of rejects. Death of Clark Kent with Superman number 100. All American Comics 100. Wizard 100 with the Alex Ross art. Archie's Pals and Gals. Isn't it amazing the way the green disappears? Are you talking about the trees or my wallet? Oh, Archie's complaining about money. Sweethearts. Oh, Tom, I don't want to be just another filly to you, considering there's probably a female horse over there. Master Comics. This probably should have been the Shazam book that I put in there.
That's
Romance.
Thank you, Pixel.
Say again?
That's Governor Comics.
Oh, Governor Comics. Okay. This one held on forever is also. I think the colors, everything kind of pops on this one.
You know there's a date rape drug in that coffee.
Yep, of course. That's why I would give it a 10. Let's see. Way Cool Flash Comics is Michael Taylor. This is Marvel Team Up done by Frank Miller. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man with a spot.
Yeah, that must have been during Frank Miller's Asian phase, because do you see the haircut Sue has?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys vote again. Captain America 100 or Avengers 100?
Avengers 100.
That might be a better cover, but I've always liked Captain America better. It's more iconic.
Well,
I
actually
disagree with you.
I believe this is clear. I don't think this, like, if George Perez really at the top of his game can draw a good crowd. This is not a well done crowd because it seems like people are running into each other.
But you know the artist is, right?
Well, it says Barry Smith, so I'm going to say that there should be a Windsor somewhere in there.
Well, that was pre-Windsor.
Right.
He hadn't risen to that level of arrogance yet.
Yeah. So I do agree. I think Cap 100 was better here. Barry Windsor Smith says, Henry. All right. Next up, we had Gene Autry Comics. I was thinking it might be fun to put up a couple of these photograph comic covers. Here's Green Lantern. This also stayed in for a while. I love this cover, man. This is cool, but it just wasn't as cool as the others, I thought. Walking Dead, number 100, the first appearance of Negan.
Yeah.
Those are variants. And then Lois Lane. Some of them I just added into, I just grabbed them to look at. So Veronica and Betty, I wish I could make Archie flip just as easily. There you go. This was the one I was talking about. It's kind of like the Shang-Chi and the Daredevil and the Spider-Man, but it's her lamenting the loss of her legs and just kind of remembering all of her friends and such.
And then Batman proved that he can fight crime in a wheelchair. Do you see that mod they have for the Arkham game? He's in a wheelchair fighting crime.
I was so close to ending the show with this. This is 100 bullets. Last issue, the curtain's coming down at the same time bullets are strafing it. I thought, wouldn't it be kind of cool to put this as the very last cover as the curtains come down on
anybody name the character on the cover?
Not even a little bit.
That for the chat also.
I've never
For
read
me,
this book.
If this show would have kept going on, it would have been one bullet.
Conan 100. Arthur Adams did great homage to the Avengers 100. Yep. Did great detail on the Birds of Prey. Here's Conan 100, the death of on the Black Coast. And then Daredevil 100.
Mindstorm.
Okay, so this or Shang-Chi?
Daredevil.
Everybody but Pixel, because we know how he votes.
Listen, I've got one thing. One thing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Undead Quinn. I'm already regretting putting the Spawn in. Yeah.
Honestly, the governor of Kung Fu, because
Yeah, I liked it better as
his pose is cooler than Daredevil's, but
I
not
agree.
by much.
Casper 100.
Listen, I just have to say, I wasn't in any way saying that Daredevil 100 isn't good. I just have my preferences.
Oh, they hung on. Sorry, Shang-Chi tops Daredevil every day, twice on Sunday. I agree. This was Fables 100, which I love the painting on, but there's so many words that, yeah, okay, I figured no. Fantastic Four 100, Henry. It was in the running. And yes,
cool.
I probably should have taken Spawn out and put this one or any of the ones that were rejected.
But was it a cool running mon?
Yes. And then we have Marvel 2-in-1. So this is the end.
It's
Nope.
the end, my
Walking
friend.
Dead is. That's 100 as well. And then the Wizard. The Wizard was the last to go. I was thinking of making this an 18 issue. And it was like, okay, nope, it's the last to go. Well, actually, I was thinking of making a 16 issue or a 17 issue, but there you go. And then Vampirella.
Actually, that would have looked
a better looking World's Finest. And that is all the rejects, guys. I told you there were a lot of. I had to go through all of these. So if I made a bad decision with one or two,
They're fine.
yeah,
And everybody's already forgotten, and nobody cared to begin with, but Mr. Graves is the answer to my question.
okay, there you go.
Rupert Graves?
Well, can I,
don't know if
officially
he ever
request
had a
Part
first
B?
name.
Please add Fantastic Four and X-Men 100. Thank you. Apparently, we may need to do a 100. I'll tell you what's going to be really difficult is doing a 200 issue cover when we hit that, because if it ain't golden or silver, it's not. It doesn't have 200 issues. If it was done after 1990, what book other than, I guess, Spawn?
Yeah.
I got to go back to that well if I wanted a modern cover. What modern day comic has 200 issues? Yep. Sorry, I'm still here. Just got caught up in scrolling. MOKF was great.
You want a
selection.
modern day comic that has 200 issues? All right,
Yeah.
the DC Scooby Doo.
There you go. Maybe
They're
we
over
can find.
200 now?
They've got to be close to 200 because they're the only ones that hasn't been. They did New 52. They didn't reboot those. They're still going.
Well,
Actually, Comics 1000.
Right. But by that numbering, it would be Action Comics 200. So,
I mean, look at the Flash. They're at over 800.
but the way it's going, I've been doing these. So at 150, we'll do a 150 issues, and then try to do a 200. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere with 250 and 300. I'm going to have to figure something else out.
You're talking about like 200. If we got to that, yeah. Batman 200 is an awesome cover.
X-Men 200 is
Superman
that
200 is dumb.
Okay.
And just no attention brought to it at all. Or no, I might be thinking of Action Comics 400 now.
Oh, Detective Batman comics. Now, granted, I did like it. It just, it was kind of like Superman, and I was trying not to have too many that looked alike.
Yeah, the Superman was the right choice because Superman's on the cover.
Yeah.
Like introducing the covers, and Batman was a different way to do it. They're both cool though. Liked having them.
Oh, Superman number 200 is a wrestling match.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. It's just.
That is something. What do we get when we look up Batman 200?
Something that actually acknowledges that it's a 200th issue.
Of course. Let's see, do we actually get Batman or just the?
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, I like this one. This one, yeah, that is a good cover. Yeah, yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I'm going to be doing this, but yeah. Let's see, Mr. Comics, do you have a PO box? I can send you some comics for free, of course. Oh well, I appreciate that. I don't have a PO box, but everybody knows my address because I do auctions and I send it in and out. So
Oh, I thought he was asking if you had a pillbox.
Mr. Comics.
yeah, well, it's I love comics. I appreciate Englentine is
Well,
E is also
yeah,
good.
his government, his given name is I is his first name, Love is his middle name, and Comics.
That is
is
true.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, I'll go with my birth name here, Englentine. Goodness, let's see.
I don't think he noticed he did that.
Canterbury Drive.
Maybe not.
Yeah. God damn it. I always forget the zip. I'm too new here. I always forget the zip code. Do I have anything that has been sent here? I forgot the zip code. I do. I forget. No, they don't put the freaking address on the coupon books.
Let me look
All
here.
right. Here we go. Alrighty. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, everybody here knows my address because I do auctions, and so I send comics to people. I know their addresses. There you go. But if you want to send something, I certainly appreciate it. I'll put them in the auction. If you want to do a split, it's up to you. If you're just donating, thank you very much. But yeah, just send to here. Avengers 200 is an awesome cover. Weird ass story, but it is a great cover. But there you go. And thank you in advance. Certainly appreciate it. There you go. What's going on? You want to do the pitch and everything?
For me? Oh.
Yeah. You got stuff going on tomorrow. It's
There's
my
a
day off.
channel called The Geeky Puppet Show. You should check that out.
It's a magical place
It's a magical place.
where puppets sing and dance,
We tried it.
you know, and then there's Puppetina and Froggy. The humans dance and sing. These are the puppets.
Do you ever actually pull Puppetine out anymore?
Yes.
Well, he got in trouble at Disney one time, so they told him to put it away.
Right.
That's why England team doesn't go to Disney
Goodness
anymore.
gracious.
It
Yeah,
has
walk
nothing
right
to do
into
with
it.
the distance. They're actively reviewing Superman and Lois, which is the last of the CW superhero shows. So be sure to check it out. It's actually a really great show.
I'm going to be watching that while I'm having a late night dinner.
It sounds good. I need to go.
I can't watch it on my TV upstairs because Xbox doesn't have CW anymore, so I've got to watch it down here on the computer.
I'm sorry.
And tomorrow, excuse me, just a second. I'm about to go on to a sneezing jag.
Also, man, we also got the best of the week coming up tomorrow at
Yes.
9 Eastern, I believe it's. Yeah. So
And then there will be readings on Friday, but Puppetine will not be there. But he'll be back for Sunday. I'm pretty sure.
Sunday.
someday.
Sunday.
Alrighty. So I've convinced Gail to go to see Venom tomorrow, which may be a bad idea, but yeah, that's going to be our date
I only
night.
knew that was out because that one model, Gracie, actually, like, follow her on Twitter. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm at the premiere." I'm like, "Oh, that's out already?"
Came
Well,
out
she
this
wants
week,
to
yeah.
see she wants to see Smile Part 2. I liked the first one well enough. Didn't really care for it. And the other movie is We
I
Live
hear
in
it was
Time.
better.
We Live in Time in a movie called Conclave about the Pope or something like that. and something
Oh.
called Your Monster, which
Conclave
looks like
actually,
Beauty and the Beast.
so Conclave actually looks pretty cool because there's John Lithgow in it.
Yeah, it
He's-
doesn't look
he's-
bad.
He's
But-
the John Lithgow. If you have been watching The Old Man, he's been on that show with Jeff Bridges, and it's very, very good. He just, man, him just in a room talking to his ex-wife and just going through spy stuff. It's just like for 20 minutes, it's just phenomenal. He's such a phenomenal actor.
Now, I will have to say to Henry, by the way, Henry puts in a hell of a lot of suggestions. I do appreciate it. The problem is with this here, Henry, it has taken us 4 months to do 100 episodes. So the suggestions now, yeah. Pope is about the appointment of the new Pope. Oh, okay.
After he dies, and then they lock the doors, and then he's like he's trying to battle corruption
Mhm.
because they all want the seat.
You know, I wish that
It's like
wish
it's
that
like
the- go ahead.
I was just gonna say, from the trailer I gathered, it's like anti Pope. So we can say that the Pope is like it's corrupt. Like you shouldn't trust the Pope.
What?
I know, right?
The Pope?
What if
Say
the Pope
it
lies
isn't
to us?
so. What I wish is the gimmick covers came off a little bit better on scans and everything, because I think that would be an interesting show to judge. You know,
Right.
like all the shiny stuff and everything, but when you scan it, the shiny stuff looks really, really gray. So it doesn't quite work. Alrighty, so J. Scott Campbell covers. That's a good one. Oh, we'll do a poll on the next one. That would be Friday, and Friday is the bracket fights for this last season, and then we're back to Halloween comics until the end of the month, and we're going to be on to older stuff now. I have to sacrifice because we had a little backup, and I'm just going to put those aside for next year to be Halloween comics, or we'll just throw them out. I mean, if it's specific for Halloween, okay, I'll hold on to them. But we've done House of Secrets before. We've done House of Mystery. We've done horror before. I'll try to fit them in there. Obviously, I'm going to try to do in December. I'm going to try to do Christmas comics straight through if we can. There are quite a few, and I think and there are some where you can just do like Spider-Man Christmas comics or Looney Tunes like we did with the Halloween. So that should be fun. For the next month, it's going to be more like normal stuff, and I'm going to have maybe 1 or 2 Thanksgiving comic videos. The problem with Thanksgiving is 99% of all the Thanksgiving covers is a Norman Rockwell sitting around the dinner table homage. So yeah, finding something a little different is weird.
Well,
I was wondering if you're still doing Halloween horror stuff. Yeah, until the 31st. This is what we've got lined up. I'll read them off here. What were you going to say?
I was going to say there's 2 Thanksgiving covers you can do. You can do the JSC, obviously, and then there's the Justice League where they're cutting turkey.
Yeah, but JSA is better, so I was already thinking that's the one.
I include them both.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here is failure. Okay, so we have Eerie after Friday. So starting on Sunday, we have Eerie Magazine, horror movie poster, Scooby-Doo, Michael Myers, Disney Horror, Werewolf by Night,
Which one? There's a lot of them.
House of Secrets, and let's see, Forbidden Worlds. Those are the horror books that we have coming up. Non-horror that I've got is Amalgam, John Byrne. These are from older things. Let's see, Charlie Brown, Hawkman, the Jeff Johns, and Food Covers was an interesting list. So I'm going to have a interesting time trying to find those. So there you go. That could be a Thanksgiving thing as well. Yeah. And Michael, Christmas it's going to start in December, and I'm gonna try to find Christmas covers is for damn near everyone if I can. So there you go. That being said, thanks for hanging out, and don't forget to do all the clicking and liking. And I want to say again, thank you to everybody who participated in yesterday's fundraiser / auction.
And always, kids, remember to wash your hands at least twice a day.
We're so glad we had this time
Excuse me.
together.
Oh, a piece of popcorn just popped. Food color, the She-Hulk donut cover. Yeah.
That wasn't popcorn. That was your
I
feelings.
was just starting to get chatty. But seriously, yeah, once again, thank you very much for taking part. We were able to pay the bills. Obviously, I was able to get StreamYard back. That they're charging $10 more. Did you know that?
Well, we got the locked in price because I knew that they're feeling going to go up. So
You know, I probably would have had that had I not let it go. Because I was at $35 and then I had to sign up for it for $45. So
yeah. we decided to go with a generic and only have one manager and just basically just do the locked in $200 because with the prices going up, it's a limited
you're
offer.
paying. Yeah, I've got to pay monthly. I don't have $200 at one point in time. It definitely not in the last month or so. But I was able to get this. I was able to get the bills are paid. We have food and food for the table. We even have a little bit of a cushion. Plus, thank you very much. We've discovered that if I wanted to, we would still have a little bit of a cushion, and I could still get glasses. So, if you guys don't mind, I was going to do that. I know, but the way I'm saying that is because it was supposed to all go to household. But I would love to be able to see proper and read. That being said, thank you very much for hanging out. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. You kids have a great night.
Good night, kids.